Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Asian indices, starting with the ASX 200 here. As you can see, we've got a very complicated ranging pattern here that plays out as wave 3 over here, an A and a B and a C and a D and an E and an Elliott wave triangle for wave 4, and then up for wave 5. And the move down through here is 5 waves. So we need to look for a correction here in 3 waves, and then we'll look down again here. This also could be labeled an A wave and a B wave, but it doesn't really matter for the time being because we've got 5 waves down here, and you can see that the trend has got a beginning, a middle, and an ending process, and we can see that it's bouncing and reluctant to move down, finding support across here. So we'll get a retest of supply, the current highs over here, and then a push down through here. So we talked about this last week as well, and it got a little bit sort of complicated in this area down through here. On the tick chart, it plays out quite nicely. Of course, you can trade long in this instance here, but it will be corrective and it will be a little bit choppy. If you're going to trade long, then just keep your stop out of the way, and of course finding a place to move in on the open here and keeping the stop out of the way here. This current move here would have to be wave 1 and 2. Let's just go in and have a little look at this. But as it stands so far, we've got wave 1 here and wave 2 here, and then all of this down for wave 3 here and wave 4 here, and wave 4 finishes in 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It's a little bit hard to see here, but when we look at on the tick chart, it becomes a little bit easier to see. So coming into this later stage here, wave 3 here, wave 4 here, wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, ending in here's an ending diagonal triangle. You could even play that out as, and looking for a bounce off these levels through here. The 50-60% retracement level is here. Obviously there's going to be a lot of resistance with all of this here. Perhaps the long trade can come on the break of this particular trend line coming through here. But definitely keep the stop out of the way. So being a wave 2 here, we should see this really quite simple. We should see 5 waves, 3 waves, and 5 waves here. Okay, so just coming back to the hourly chart here, let's just put this line through here just to give us some sort of trigger here, and we'll just put that in green here, just a light green. So yes, the wave A should be in 5 waves, and then 3 waves, and then 5 waves. There should be a relationship in terms of equality, size, amplitude between wave A and wave C here, and we really need to be mindful of this level here. If I was wrong and this market was going to continue to go up here, I would be wrong if the top of group 1 here, well, this is group 1 here of 6,300, that's minor group 1, and then we have sub-level group 1, which is 10, 20, and 30. If we find support on top of 30 here, then at that point I'm probably wrong at that point, because would be above the 61.8%, and we'll also be on top of group 1, so we look for a long setup on that level there. So yeah, we're going to be dragged down by the banks by the looks of it, but they should have a bounce, and this will probably reflect here, and also crude oil, so we'll see the BHP rise a bit here as well. Okay, so moving on to China. So with China here, we've been looking at a current low here. I'm a little bit, I'm not sure if this low here, if I can just copy this for a moment and put this here. So wave 3 or wave C here. So you can't see that just yet, but there we go. So I'm not sure if this low here is wave 3 or wave C here, so I don't know if we've got a low in place. In Hong Kong it looks like we've got a low in place, but in this market here we could certainly have this as a wave 3 here. So What we're going to just track this up here carefully. I mean, this wave A1 here can be wave A here, but the main point is that we've got 5 wave structure here that's coming into play here, and when we look at this retracement level here, we can look to go along here. We just don't know if it's the wave A and wave C should be roughly the same thing. We're looking at 12,000, so we've got some upside here, and it will play the beginning of this will play at this as an A and a B and a C will be the same as a 1 and 2 and a 3. The only difference is that wave C here will probably be lazier, and if it's a wave 3, it's going to be stronger than wave 1. It will have more of a, see how wave 3 is stronger here than wave 1 here? That's what we'll see over here if it's going to be wave 3, so we may need to change that. And this is pretty much the same as Hong Kong, China, Hang Seng, same but different. We're looking at a low in place here, and we're looking at 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and wave 5 here. So wave 5 here can be the same length as wave 1, so not a lot in here. I'm not really concerned about that, but we can look at the ABC correction here, and we can look to be long in this one here as well. So this will be the same here as well. So let's just while I'm here on the hop, I'm time poor like everybody else, so it's that wave C there, put that in orange. And we'll work that out as we go. We'll be able to see that. We'll work out if this is going to be corrective or impulsive at that stage. And Japan next, Nikkei N225. So we're long in this. We've had, this is what we'll do with China, by the way. We know we're counting at the moment this 1, 2, 3, and we're looking at 4 here for China and Hong Kong, and we'll get that 5th wave in here to make wave 1, and then we've got to wait through the ABC here, and in this case here we wanted to go long on top of group 1 here. We could have gone earlier, but that's fine. I felt we did all the right things, so we're doing the right things here. We can bring our stop up here to break even now. Can we? Yeah, we should be able to. That will be fine. And we'll end up moving up here. So so wave 1 and 2 here, and then this will be wave 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for the 3rd wave, the 4th wave, and the 5th wave here. So you could go long again, and you'd need to leave the stop under this particular low just in here if you're going to do that. I won't do that. I'll just let that run, but you can go long here and leave the stop under that low here. Okay, I'll just save that. And the Nifty here. So it looks like we're going to make another high here, and this little run here will be from wave 4 here all the way up to wave 5. Our target was the 11,650, but we're going to get the first high above that. Now if I'm also wrong here as well, wherever that high comes in, we'll look to go long on that as well if it doesn't fall back into the 1150 here, but that's what we're looking at. We're looking for the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, and then a corrective pattern in this instance. All right, well, the video's quite short today, but to the point. In this case here, just on the 1 hour chart, we've got wave 1 and 2. All this is wave 3 here, wave 4, and looking at this moving up here into wave 5 here into 11,650. This number here is halfway between 500 and 800 here, so that's where I get that from. And it always plays out as a nice point here. So we want to get that first high above the level there. Probably won't go to that point, but this here can be moved over to here. Don't need that. I'll work that out, but just basically, you know, if you're going to trade this long, just play it to the 11,650. It will go higher, making a new high above here, but because the extension is in the 3rd wave, wave 1 and wave 5 will be roughly the same distance, so just be a bit mindful of that. And like I said, we'll just copy this here, once we've got our first high above the level, then we'll use that as a setup. But you can also go long there as well and take that up there if that interests you at that stage. Let me just check on something for a second before I finish off here. Yeah, we're above the 61.8%, but yeah, I'm not going to do anything here until this will be our setup at this point here, and we'll probably even look to go short at this point here as well. But I'll just leave that there for the time being. Right, thanks for tuning in, much appreciated. Cheers.